Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. I'm Naomi, the Brickanista here in Seattle, and today is Thursday. It's Thrifty Thursday, and for those of you who are new to me, I have been doing the Thrifty Thursday episodes for about a year and a half. Actually, probably a little longer than that. I'm up to 92 episodes. I know, it's crazy, and if you can imagine, some of those were one set, some of them one set over 2 weeks, some of them multiple sets during 1 week. And some of my favorite sets include these postcards. So today we're going to be working on the London Postcard. And I've been waiting for this to come out. This has been on hold. At least they haven't released it to the US until January 1st. So now that we're starting a new year, it's no better time than to work on the London Postcard. And many of you know that these postcards, they're very reasonable. They're $14.99 a piece. I've already done Paris, New York, Beijing, and what's the fourth one? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. But anyway, this one, so this will be the fifth of the series that I've been working on. Or maybe I've only done 3. I'll have to go back and check. So anyway, good to have you here. Welcome. And I'm also starting my Thrifty Thursday episodes an hour earlier. Normally I would start at 9 o'clock, but I found that some of the people who watch over on the East Coast, it's already midnight for them. So I'm trying to give it a little bit more time so that people can join in and enjoy it and kind of live vicariously through me building these sets. And the other thing I've done differently this year, starting in 2023, is I'm starting to do a little bit of pre-knolling or pre-sorting of the pieces. So then that way this stream goes a little bit faster, because I don't think you need to see me opening bags all the time. We will be opening the other set of bags. I've opened up this bag number 1. So as you can see, bag number 1, this one still has plastic bags. They have not gone to the hybrid where they're saying they're now going to be using paper bags. So some of the sets will have paper bags in the future, but not this one. This one is plastic. And let me go ahead and share with you my down camera so that you can see that we do have some nice knolling and some nice pieces that we're going to be using. And so look at this. Look at this beautiful knolling that I have done ahead of time, as you can see. And for those of you who've been with me for a while, I had been doing this on a napkin. This is a napkin. And I've just found that if you're on a hard table surface, that things tend to fly all over the place. So I've always traditionally used a tablecloth or a napkin to help out with these things. So I'm going to just adjust my camera a little bit. Whenever I go to the 2-screen mode, it seems to like to cut my face off. Maybe that's a good thing when I'm working on this. So anyway, going back to this creator postcard, just looking at this, it just looks amazing. With you see Big Ben there, and you see the Ferris wheel, which are iconic symbols within the London landscape. This one does come with stickers, though. So I will say, if you are averse to stickers, I'm sorry that, yeah, this set is going to be full of stickers. The other thing that this set has that has been fun is these 2x6 tiles. And the 2x6 tiles are where you would place your sticker for the set. And as I mentioned, I have Paris and New York and Beijing. I could have sworn I had a fourth one. Like I said, it's not coming to mind right away. I might have to cheat and go to my spreadsheet. In fact, I might do that in the other window just to see if I am losing my mind or if it's actually true. Because yes, I do track all of my sets, at least for Thrifty Thursday. I have been doing that on my episodes because I file them on IMDb. So for those of you who may or may not be following me on IMDb, Brickanista or Naomi Takeuchi, that you'll see me on IMDb with all of my episodes. So I'm just going to do a quick search on the postcard. Okay, so I did do the New York postcard, and that was on September 1st. I remember that was my first one because that's the only one that comes with a minifig as well. And it looks like I've only done 3. Paris. So New York was, like I said, September 1st. Paris was November 3rd. And it looks like I did Beijing on November 17th. So there you go. That's why I couldn't remember the 4th one because I have only done 3. Hey, Lena, how's it going? Good to see you. Happy New Year and welcome to Brick Broadcast Network and working on the London Postcard. So I am a little nervous about these stickers that are supposed to go on these. It looks like these arch tiles. I may do that off stream. We'll have to see because I don't know. I'm a little leery about doing stickers, but as some of you know, there is a sticker hack where you can use the actual sticker sheet to help with that. But anyway, super, super excited about this. I've been waiting for this for a while and they wouldn't release it. It's been released in Europe for a while, but they just released it in the States. Okay, then. Well, as I mentioned, beautiful knolling here, if I do say so myself. And wait a minute. Okay, for a minute, I thought, wait a minute, do I have the pieces right? And if you remember with some of these other postcards, we're working on the backdrop first. And what's nice is having pre-knoll pieces, this should go by faster. Because like I said, I've been trying to be mindful about trying to improve the stream and things that I can do. And that's why keeping you in mind so that you don't have to watch me knoll all the time. You will have to watch me knoll though for the bags too. There's actually 3 sub bags that we will be working with. But yeah, these have been a lot of fun. I really love them. They have also some of the pieces that I like are these 1 by 2 by 2 snot pieces in black, which I really love. You'll have to excuse me because I've had to mute my mic a few times just because I get into a bit of, I forgot to bring my water over here. So if I need to get up a little later, I might just so I can clear my throat. Thank goodness for the mute button. Yes? All right. So, like I said, beautifully knolled pieces. It's too bad Zach Martinez isn't here because he loves when I have a beautifully knolled little desktop. But he'll probably be watching the replay. So, Zach, I'm thinking about you. Hopefully you find this helpful. Oops. Thing about building for the camera is that sometimes, see, if I was on the surface here and not lifting it for the camera, it'd be a lot easier, especially when you get to this part where you have the seam in the middle. But yeah. And, you know, when you're first doing this, you're thinking, okay, that's kind of an interesting mosaic, a little abstract, but like I said, it does work. It will work eventually. You just have to trust in the process. Let's see. Now, I do love this medium blue. For many of you know, this is one of my favorite colors, medium blue. And I just love this color palette. This color palette is just a lot of fun. So if you're not planning to keep this, the color palette is so nice. And I've debated about a rebrick this challenge using one of these sets, but I just hate the thought of taking this apart because I really like these. I just like the way they've designed them. They're fun to build. And like I said, I love the color palette. All right. And eventually, I believe this is going to turn sideways this way. Bright blue tiles. Yes, it's medium blue. And I really started loving the medium blue when it came out with the Durmstrang ship. So for those of you who are Harry Potter fans, the Durmstrang ship has quite a few of the medium blue in its color palette too. And I'm not a big Harry Potter fan as far as I don't have a lot of their sets. I have a few, but that Durmstrang ship was kind of my first introduction to making a mock, because I ended up using the hull of that ship to create the Spice Pirates. It's an unusual hull because the hull is very wide compared to a traditional pirate ship that you would see. So yeah, if you want to get some of those Durmstrang hulls, I would definitely recommend doing that. Okay, here's another piece which you don't see very often, and this is a 1x3 with the double snot in there, or a double jumper. So that's always fun when you see those, because that usually means there's something cool that's going to go down there. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Now here's a 2x6 in light bluish gray. Like I said, these 2x6 tiles are fairly new, and I usually see them in white. So to see them in light bluish gray is a nice touch. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to go this way once we're all done. And as I was mentioning about, like, for example, these 1x2 corners, or 2x2 corner tile, that you saw in the Durmstrang ship. So I think as far as color palettes go, I love that. And it was one of my first introductions to just, I guess, ships. And I'm trying to remember where I got that ship. Oh, I remember. A friend of mine, Tom, in Raleigh, was downsizing his storage, and he had one of those Durmstrang ships. So that would have been, gosh, I want to say 2016. Let's see, maybe earlier than that, 2014 maybe. Yeah, but I didn't actually build it until I got to California. So I remember, though, getting it from him. I have to reach out to him. I haven't talked to him in a while. But I remember he was downsizing his collection. And I said, that ship looks so cool. I'm going to have to get me one of those ships. So, yeah. And that's the thing, is that sometimes you get introduced to really cool sets because, you know, somebody else has it in their collection. All right. Like I said, this is to me one of the fun parts, is just putting this all together as the backdrop. Okay, I think, yeah, we have all the big plates in. And we're just going to finish this up. There we go. Oops, sorry about that. I've been knocking cables over, but I will say that my new setup, I really like this. This is so much better. I used to have to take my cable and route it behind or on top and then tape it down, but I figured out a new way to route the cable, so it's not in my way anymore. It makes life a lot easier. And that's kind of my mantra for 2023. Don't make life difficult, make it easier for you. So some of that for me has been paring down some of the things that I've been doing, because life is too short. I had a Facebook memory come up, and it talked about time. So I do want to thank you for taking the time to watch and be here, because time is precious. And so when somebody gives you their time, and I just realized I put this in the wrong place. When somebody gives you their time, that really means a lot. And if they've given your time, that means that they want to be there. So I appreciate that. All right, there we go. And look at that for a skyline. And look at that. I did that in less than 20 minutes. If you count the fact I had been talking too at the beginning, it was probably 15 minutes. Got that done. You're glad to be here? Oh, good. Me too. Thanks, Lena. You've always been a great supporter. I appreciate that. Okay, so you see that was bag number 1 plus all of the big plates, all these 5 large plates, 4 by 12s, I think. Let's see, let's count them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 4 by 12s and 2 by 12s. Okay, now I do have a spare one of these, which hopefully is fine. And hopefully this will be coming into the picture later. It should be. It should be, I believe, right here. But we'll see. A good friend wrote something before he passed due to cancer. A quote about time. Oh, I'm so sorry about your friend. Yeah, I'm starting to value more about time, especially I had a chance to visit with my family over the New Year's holiday, and time is really precious. So I was right. There's the cloud goes there. So I think we often take for granted who we have in our life, and whether they're a friend or a family member, that when they spend the time with you. So just like you, Lena, and I spent some time having dinner, like about a week or so ago, and that was so nice. It was just nice to be able to spend that time. GLS is here. How's everybody in Arizona? They're doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm back in my studio, as you can see from my backdrop. And good to see you, GLS. And I need to schedule a time for you to be on the show sometime, because you sent me a private message about doing maybe a 2-minute tech tip, which I would love to chat with you more about that. And also, I need to reach out to Brick Hive, because I've been meaning to get in touch with Brick Hive, because you may or may not know this, but I watched one of his streams a long time ago where he talked about working on water. And because of him, I changed the way I did my water for my my Micropolis modules, because he uses like a herringbone pattern, which makes things look so much better. So I was thinking that would make a really good tech tip, which, by the way, I'm putting in these top clips. And the person who loves this piece particularly is Debo Bricks. So I'm hoping sometime to get Debo on the show as well to talk about the top clip. That's his favorite piece. And Con! Yes. Just don't get the wrath of Con, right? I'm sure you've heard that so many times, so sorry. Okay, so bag number 2. This is one of the smaller bags. And as you can see, it's got a lot of the little bits. But there are 2 other bags. So we have the bigger bag, and we have this one as well. So I'm going to start with the bigger bag. Oops. No. Okay. It's going to be difficult, so let's use the scissors. Yeah, so like I said, I'm trying to do more streamlined types of streams. So part of my streamlining process is to knoll ahead of time. And I did knoll the first bag. You're finally going to do a winter mock contest. Winner? Oh, okay. Is that the one that I put the hashtag on and I never heard back from you guys? It's like, I wasn't sure if you were still running that or not. Yeah, because it was funny, because I know Amber Laya had put together a special hashtag, and I said, oh, should I put that hashtag on my stuff? And she goes, yeah, do that. But I never heard back. So I'm like, are you guys still still talking about that or not? Do I have the other postcards? Yes, I have 3 of the other postcards. I have Beijing, Paris, and New York. And that's part of the reason why when they released this on January 1st, people were asking, what did you buy on January 1st? I did not go to the store on January 1st. I stayed away from the crowds. For those of you who know me, I'm not big on crowds. And part of the reason why I don't go to Brick World is a zoo. I haven't been, but there are like 2,000 AFOLs there. It's crazy, which I imagine is a fun party for those of you who are into that. But I prefer a smaller crowd, which is why BrickCon and Bricks Cascade, I'm going to Brick Can for the first time. So I'm super excited about that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and what we're doing next is we're going to be working on Big Ben. That's going to be cool. You complained to Hive about it the last 2 weeks. Well, I'm one of the few who I think used the hashtag. So maybe I'll get an honorable mention just for using the hashtag. But for me, it's kind of like, running contests is hard because it's part of it is marketing, right? If you don't get the word out at the right time, especially in the winter time, because so many people are running challenges at the same time. So I've kind of taken for 2023, I've taken the philosophy of I've always run a challenge in January. And I've been doing that. Last year I did that with Mind the Brick. So I'm doing it again with Mind the Brick, and I'm keeping it simple. That's the other thing, is that this one is just hashtag Mind the Baby. And you got the whole month of January to work on this. Aloha! How are you, Vicarious Brickstress? Good to see you. What do I think about the date change of Bricks Cascade? I'm kind of bummed about it, but in a way I'm okay because I'm going to Brick Can this year, which is April. So now I can focus all of my energy on Brick Can, which is about the same distance because it's 3 hours north instead of 3 hours south, and it's a month later. So I'm actually okay with it. As far as having it in May, I don't know. I'm on the fence about that a little bit. I got the London Postcard. Yes, I did. That was my, first week purchase at the Lego store. I did not go on January 1st. I stayed away from the crowds because I looked at all of those people posting about January 1st. It's like, that's nuts. I mean, those sets are going to be out for a while. You forgot to check that one out at the Ala Moana store. Oh yeah. You gotta get this. This was released in Europe earlier. We only got it January 1st. So yeah. Anyway, I'm working right now on the base of what we're working on right now is the Big Ben. Yeah. So we were talking about challenges right before you joined. And I've run a couple challenges, and I was mentioning to Zach Steinman when Zach was a guest on the show. Many of you know me from the Daily Brick Limit, which was one of the first challenges I ran, but it wasn't my idea. It was John's idea. And John had run the challenge before. This goes back to my point, is that when he first ran the challenge, I think there were 3 of us who participated in it. And I told him, I said, you know what you need is you need an incentive. So I told him, look, I'll throw in a set or 2 and, maybe that will encourage people to participate. And this was right at the beginning of the pandemic. And so we did that. And it was, I think it was just a captive audience. Nobody had been really promoting challenges. I mean, he had already did that one like twice. And then when we ran it in January of 2020, it was like, oh my God, all these people were like so excited to have something to work towards. I think part of it is people like to have prompts, just something to give them an idea of what to work towards. And because of that, we became known as the Daily Brick Limit group, which was fine. But the problem is that when you're doing a daily brick limit, that's a lot of builds. And then you have people doing multiple builds, and trying to keep up with that is hard. And I think that's kind of where we kind of came to a head where it's just it's so hard to keep up with. Okay, I'm just checking on the color here. Okay, it must be this one. This is one thing when you're talking and building, you always have these challenges. Okay, I think this is correct. So this is dark tan and regular tan, and you have this not a Travis brick, but a 1x1 with 2 snots, because as you know, this is going to be up against this. So you can't have a full Travis brick, otherwise you're not going to be able to fit it. So that's why it looks like they have that. Weekly challenges seem like a time frame sweet spot. Yeah, I think so. There's some people who do a 1 week challenge, and when we were doing the daily brick limit, that was every day, right? That was just, it was hard. It was hard to keep up with. And I think John was overwhelmed. And then John is, John's the one, Jorial Build is the one who had also the handle. So he has the handle for a daily brick limit. And I think the combination of just he's been busy and the overwhelming, response by everybody doing that. So I'll still, respond to people who still want to do a daily brick limit, but we don't have it as an official challenge anymore. But what I have been doing is I've been doing smaller challenges that are simple to do. Like I said, this one is very simple. It's just called Mind the Baby, and it's linked with Mind the Brick. And you just put a baby character in a scene and talk about mental health. And that's the other thing that I decided, I think last year, is that the challenges that I choose to promote will also have some component of raising awareness about an issue. It's not just, hey, it's, Halloween, just build a mock about Halloween. Everybody's doing that. There's plenty of people you can go follow who will run a Halloween challenge. And they're great. I don't want anybody to think they're not great. But for me, I want to run a challenge which also raises awareness about something. You like the weekend brick limit too? Yeah, I started doing that, and then I was also finding that was hard to manage too. So I don't know. Maybe I can reboot it one of these months. But right now, I'm just for the month of January, I'm focusing on this month-long challenge of just putting a baby figure in there or a baby animal. And the other thing I found is that when people have the whole month, they're not as stressed, right? That they can still build and enjoy the process. I think part of it is we all have like a pressure. Like we all think, oh my God, I got to get this done. And you got to get it done by the deadline. And then if you don't get it done by the deadline, then you missed it. And I think with a month-long challenge, it gives you also the ability to rework your mock. So you can do several iterations, which is important. I think a lot of people, they'll do a mock and then they are finished with the challenge and then they don't come back to it. When I think that is something we should actually be encouraging more people to do, is to revisit their mocks. So the other thing I'm going to be launching this year, just as a heads up, I'm not sure when exactly, but it's going to be called Mock Makeover. So hashtag Mock Makeover, where you take an existing mock that you've done and improve it. And the inspiration for that came from my ramen shop, because the ramen shop started as a 16 by 16 build from a mock improv. And then it evolved over, several months' time. Is that it became a 16 by 32 a couple months later. And then after that, it became a 32 by 32. So Mock Makeover is going to be a segment that I'm probably going to do on Sundays, not every Sunday, but kind of rotating it with mock improvs and other things. And by doing that, I'm hoping it's going to encourage people to say, hey, I have this other mock, and I've been wanting to improve it. So what can I do to improve it? Now check that out. That's looking really cool. And these corner pieces, they're just a telescope. So one of these spyglass pieces. Let's see if we can do that. A spyglass piece with a stud on top. Very, very simple. And it's, you'll see this a lot in architecture builds where you're going to have repetition. So it's essentially, we're repeating this same level a couple times. Ahoy, hoy, Brick Jedi! How are you? Extreme makeover mock. No, it doesn't have to be extreme. Move that brick. No, mock makeover. So hashtag mock makeover. And I was going to run it this Sunday, and I may still do that, but I may be taking a quick trip out of town because Monday we have the day off because of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I'm thinking, yeah, I might take, a road trip. So I'm not sure if I would have enough of my parts to do a mock makeover. So we'll see. If I don't go out of town, we'll run it on Sunday. But yeah, so you're hearing it right now. I've done a couple thoughts about what to do this year, which is, like I said, I still will be running challenges, but the one that I'm running right now with the Brighton Bricks is this Mind the Baby, which I already have two ideas that I'm going to post soon. I still have to post the one which was a mod where I just put the panda into the waterfall, the one that you gave me, Vicarious Bricksters. I still have to post that, but I have two others, and one of them is extremely important when it comes to mental health. And I don't want to give it away, but I'll just give you a clue. It'll show up probably on Monday for Mosaic Mondays. It's a very simple mock, but it has a very important message. So I'm super, super stoked about this. And I just realized I skipped a step. This is what happens when you talk and mock or build at the same time. There's a piece in here, which is a 1 by 1 by, it looks like a 1 by 1 by 2. What? Oh, this one. Okay, so check this out. Or 1 by 1 by 2/3. So it is not quite a brick, a regular 1 by 1 brick. It's one plate less. Yeah, so yeah, so that's interesting. I am not sure why. Oh no, my light went out. That's okay. I have a replacement battery. Let me put these little. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I was on a long call the other day, so let me put my light back together. And in the meantime, put this here. There we go. Okay, let me just switch out my light. There we go. Just one of these batteries. Put this in here. Yeah, so going back to mocks, I mean, I want to be known, because I was mentioning this the other day about, people are saying, well, what do you want to be known for? And for me, I want people to realize that doing mocks can actually be a lot of fun and very easy to do. That's part of the reason why Debo and I had run the Rebrick This challenge. So I need to reach out to him to see if he wants to do that together again. Because the Rebrick This challenge, you take an existing set and you're just limited to the pieces in that set to build something. And I think a lot of people get intimidated because they feel like, I need to have this big collection and I need drawers like, Brickanista has before I can do that. It's like, no, you don't. All you need is creativity and a base set of bricks. And that's why the Rebrick This challenge is great to have, because you don't have to worry about buying anything additional. You just have to buy a set and then use that set in your mock. Okay, so this, I'm hesitating because, ooh, look at this. They have this bracket. It's a 1 by 1 by 2 snot up bracket. So this is interesting. So what do they want us to do? They want us to take a barrel. Why am I not seeing the barrel? I'm looking for, there it is. So they want this barrel here. It's that horrible wheel of mocks that ruins it. What do you mean the wheel of mocks? You're talking about when we do mock improv? Well, mock improv is separate from Rebrick This. We have done both. And you were there when we did Thanos having brunch in a litter box. So yeah, that was not a lot of fun. That was challenging. Okay, I'm not sure why they had to have the dark red one, but that's an interesting piece. I really like that piece. But this is interesting how they're using this barrel and 1 by 1 by 2 down bracket and a 1 by 1 by 2 up bracket to make this corner. You had to build an outhouse. Well, you had to build a cat outhouse. Actually, I was there too. So, it wasn't just you. I mean, I felt your pain as well. But you have to admit, even with that, it was just amazing what people came up with. And that was when I think I came up with the idea that Thanos's parents were Ursula and Santa. Okay, that is pretty cool. I see. That must be for the clock face. All right, that's where, having the stickers is going to be interesting. All right, so we're going to do this again. Remember what I said about repetition is we have the spyglass and a stud. Yeah, I mean, if somebody would have told you you would be building a cat litter box with Thanos and having brunch, I think you, me, PT, and there was, I think, one more person in that one. Yeah, that was actually pretty freaking hilarious. You got to admit, that was hilarious. And people came up with some great builds. I mean, that's the other thing I love about mock improv is that the builds people come up with are pretty cool. Okay, so look at that. That is pretty dope. And that's a very simple build to do with the repetition. So if you went all the way around, you just need to put a Travis brick there with the 4 studs instead of just the 2. So that is pretty cool. All right, now it looks like we're going to finish this off with one of these and one of these. All right, so you can see it's starting to come together, and we'll be putting a spire up here sometime soon. Well, what I like about mock improv as well, okay, here's another problem. I hate when they do this. Okay, Lego, pay attention. You see how they have the disc, right? The 2x2 round tile. And they say, put the sticker on and then put this onto your model. It's like, no. Say no. Just say no to that. You put this on first and then put the sticker on, because inevitably, if you put this on incorrectly, you're not going to be able to match the stickers onto this face. Though I guess, to their credit, this does have the capability of going around. So maybe I'll take that back for this particular model. But they do the same thing for cars, which drives me crazy. Okay, so I'm still going to stick with my method where you put the tile on first and then you put the sticker on. Now, I guess if I want to be, if I really want to be kind of particular about it, I would put this onto a plate, because this way, if I want to use it somewhere else, I know it will be aligned properly. So let me see if I have a bigger one. Let's see, do I have a bigger? No, it looks like a 2x4 is the biggest one I have. I do have this, but I'm going to use this 2x4. Okay, so roll with me on this. Is that, see what I mean about, you want to make sure these are aligned. And if you put this onto here, it's just one stud and it has rotation so you can move around. But I'm going to be of the ilk of you want this to be aligned together. And it looks like they want the time. Yeah, I guess the time is like, I don't know, 8:04. Okay, that's kind of random. I don't know why, but yeah, there's the 12. So you want to make sure that that goes straight up. Okay, so once again, I like to use an axle. When I was on the road, I wasn't able to have an axle handy, but I like just having the fact that the axle has a couple of ridges so it doesn't hold the sticker too tightly. And it gives you flexibility to move things around. So that's me though. You do you. But I'm just gonna show you how I do this. And since this is like, you want this to be lined up with the top, and hopefully I will be able to do this fairly accurately. And if not, I can move things around. Yeah, that's hard. They don't line this right up, but it's off just a little bit on the left. So once again, if you want to, use the sticker sheet to kind of get underneath the sticker, and you can move it around a little bit. All right, that's your sticker hack for today. Yeah. I mean, I could have used Windex. Maybe I should have used Windex or soap. I know Spot the Magic Ninja likes to use soap, but I'm too lazy to get up. And I don't think I have Windex in the house. I think I used it all. So, okay, so here we go. We're going to do this again. You do this again. And once again, I like having this option. And like I said, stickers can be a pain, but you can lift up on them and still work through them. Okay. Don't make me a liar here. Okay. All right. I think that looks pretty good. It'll be telltale when I put the second one on, because now this one looks like it might be too close to this edge. Well, let's see what the second one looks like. And once again, I can switch this up off stream if it gets really, but yeah. Boy. And maybe I did do this wrong. Have to, let me look at this closer. Come on, camera. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I may have put the first one on incorrectly. It goes back to lining things up, which is okay, because like I said, this is why I'm doing this side by side, because I want to make sure things are lined up properly. Okay. Yeah, I think the one on the left is actually correct. Yeah, the one on the right, I was off. Because they didn't make it like exactly 12 o'clock or something. But once again, this is why I do it this way. I want to make sure they match. And of course, don't make me a liar. I know we can lift this up using the sticker sheet. Otherwise, I'll just fix this off stream. All right, come on. Come on. I know you can do it. There's got to be a reason why the clock is at that particular time. Okay, it's taking a little bit of time because I really pushed that down, didn't I? Wow. No, don't make me a liar. All right, I might have to, there we go. Just give it a little bit of encouragement. There we go. That's the nice thing about having some nails, is the nail, my little fingernail was able to get under there. Okay, let's do this again. One more time, shall we? All right. And like I said, it's not the ideal time of day, but you want it to look right. And I guess this is where if you got attention to detail, this is actually can be fun, or it can be enjoyable, or it can be very frustrating. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So they match. And once again, I prefer to put this on first, then, but you know, instructions are instructions. I'm sure if you put it onto this later, that would work. All right. And here we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, that wasn't too painful, was it? Did I lose everybody? No, you're still here. I can still see you're here. Just quiet bunch. Or you didn't want to interrupt me while I was in such deep thought. Okay, oops. All right, so knolling. Got this. So you can see we're finishing the top now. So yeah, so thank you for asking how my family has been. It was good to visit them. I will admit that it's great. I wish that Arizona wasn't so freaking hot because I don't do well in the heat. That's why I visit them in the winter or right around the spring or Thanksgiving, that time, because my brother is the first one who moved down there, and I just can't handle the heat. Okay, this is a cool piece too. This 2x2 by 2/3 plate, or I'm sorry, yeah, 2 by 2/3 plate / brick. I love that little ridge. It adds enough. Let's see if my camera will focus. Yeah, that little ridge there on that brick. It's very nice. And then this piece, we had a lot of these cone pieces, the squarish cones that was in the Haunted Mansion. Which, by the way, for those of you who were watching my conversion of the brickheads, I found that piece, the fencing piece. So I'll show you that in just a second. Okay. And we are now going to put a flag on here. Okay. Where's my axle? All right. The British flag is going to go onto here. And the Jolly, what am I trying to say? It's not a Jolly Roger. Union Jack. That's what I was trying to say. No, I'm getting into my pirate mode when I say that. It was still hot in January. No, that's why I go to visit them during, the winter, because it's not that hot. But yeah, when it gets to be going into June, July, August, it's way too hot. And that's when I just say, I'll come visit in a couple months. But I'm actually hoping my parents, we've been talking about having them come visit me here. Because as you remember, my mom came to visit a couple months ago, and she had a good time. Yeah, that's way off. Way off. Let's see. I think I might have to let me add something here so I have more leverage. There we go. Let's try this. Yeah, stickers can be kind of painful, but they really do make your mock looks or your sets look so much nicer. Okay, that's not bad. I think we'll do that. So we got our little flag right there. And that supposedly is going to go right here. Okay, look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, I like that. Nice icon for a postcard. All right, interesting. Check this out. So remember those top clips I was talking about? They want you to attach that piece, the spyglass piece, and that's going to attach there. So let's see. I guess right there and right there. Sorry, you can't see that. That's better. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, that is dope. That is such a dope way to connect that. You can see it here a little bit better. Oh, that's cool. And you can see how it is flush on this side. It's a great way to connect it. That is so clever. I will definitely have to use that technique sometime in the future. Wow. Wow. I guess, was I supposed to add something else? It looks like it's floating. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. It seems kind of tall, but oh, that's right. There's going to be another base here. So I think we're okay. Anyway, that's a very cool technique. I like that. All right. Now we also have, I don't know the name of this piece, but I've used it in a number of things. And it's almost like, what was the name of that? There was a, like a lighted toy where you had a bunch of these to make drawings or photo pictures. And it's a lighted piece. Anyway, that goes right there for whatever that is. Oh, that might be the center of the Ferris wheel, because the Ferris wheel is supposed to go here. Okay. I think it's making sense now. Okay, so now we get to make the base. I'm going to set this aside for a moment. Yeah, I'm, like I said, I don't like visiting family when it's super hot. That's why I think being here in the Pacific Northwest really suits me. It definitely suits me better. Because I always feel relief when I come home here. When I landed, I went out of Everett, the base up in Payne Everett. And yeah, it was just so nice. Light brights. Yes, the light brights. Thank you. Thank you for remembering that. I know I'm showing my age here. I'm sure people and millennials are going, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, the light brights. Exactly. That's what that reminds me of. And they come in trans colors. So yeah, a light bright set. That's why it was funny. A couple people have been making Etch-a-Sketches out of Lego, like the building bells. She made a couple, and so did Brick and Nick and Stacy Roy from Lego Masters Season 3. But I don't know if they've built a light bright, which would be fairly easy to do because it's, we already have trans pieces. Just a matter of putting those together. Okay, there we go. So what we're doing is we're making this base, and it looks like there's some water because of the Thames River going through London. Yeah, I haven't been to London in a long time. I think because, with COVID and everything, but I'm even thinking even before COVID, the last time I went to London, I want to say 2013. It's maybe been 10 years. You got your first one in the early 2000s or 20. Loved it. Yeah, I know it's interesting thinking about childhood games. And that's why video games these days, the kids are spoiled. I remember the day where Pong was a big thing. Like, how long are you going to spend on that game? It's like, oh, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Well, that never changes. I mean, kids, want to keep playing the games. And okay, let's see. We've got some interesting clips. So this 1x2 with the clip, we got 2 of those. And we have a 1x1. I want to say, is it light gray or dark gray? Looks dark gray to me. There we go. Let's do that. It's one thing about sometimes Lego instructions. You look at them and you go, is that light gray, dark gray? What gray are you talking about? It would be nice if they would just put like LBG or DBG. That way we know it's the dark one or the light one. I'm going to go with that. Video games. Just one more time. Yeah, I'm not hungry. I know it's dinner time, but I'm not hungry. I still want to play. Yeah, those were the days. But like I said, kids haven't really changed much. It's just the video games are more sophisticated now. But some news. Somebody sent me an article that apparently Seattle public school system is suing the social media companies because of the way they lure in students to, continue playing. That's kind of addictive behavior. So I thought that was interesting. And I've had this conversation with one of the board members about how he thinks what's going to happen is that the AARP is probably going to chime in on this too. I said, well, I don't know. These social media companies have a lot of power. I'm not sure if they're, it really depends on how they can prove if, the addictive behavior changes how, one can function in society, I guess. I know that's going to be a tough call. So, but it was interesting that a public school system, and one we work with a lot, my nonprofit, if they end up taking that road. But yeah, I don't know. Should be interesting. Okay, I'm looking for a 2x4 in dark. Yeah, there it is. This is why, knolling helps. Okay, so you can see that is looking pretty cool. And we've got that light trans. And remember I was talking about the herringbone pattern earlier? That's a small version of that. So this is why I want to reach out to Brick Hive, because Brick Hive's the one who introduced me to that technique. And I don't even think he knows. I need to tell him, because I've been telling people that on my stream. I said, yeah, I didn't come up with this. I learned it from Brick Hive. We learn different techniques from different streamers, right? And I don't even know if he knows that I've been telling people about that. I don't know if he'd even care. He might say, oh, okay, whatever. All right. So you can see the trans light blue. We heard about this from the brothers, Brendan and Greg Tull, when they did that mock for the Marvel Challenge. How they made that bridge and they used these brighter color bricks and then put trans clear, I think, on top, or some other trans color on it. What if you could only power your video game with a stationary bike, a rowing machine, or a treadmill? I don't know. It would at least keep people healthy, I guess. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't know. Would you want to play a video game if you had to ride a stationary bike? But I think it wasn't that. I mean, the lawsuit, from what I understand, isn't that it's making students less active. The problem is that it's this addictive behavior that they can't put it down. And also how the media companies are taking your data and then presenting you with things that will make you more addictive. And that's the part that's kind of scary. Because when you sit down and think about it, then you start going, wow, why did I even push that button to begin with? Because they knew you would. That's why. Yeah. And I think that's where the Seattle public school system is saying, we're going to put a stop to this. That's why we're suing these companies. All right. I'm looking for, here it is. These triangle pieces have been a game changer with a lot of these different sets. You only get one right now. I think you only get one here, but it makes a difference. Yeah, so you learn about current events here on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, in addition to all these other things we talk about. Okay, so this is interesting. You see that this is recessed a little bit. It's recessed down. And we have two clips that were part of the 1x2 black clip. So we'll have to see what that's going to be about. We shall see. All right. All right, so that's this side. Now on this side, what are we doing? All right, this. So one thing, I've given myself a challenge for this year. I don't call it a resolution, but I've been giving myself 1 hour each night not to work on social media, but to actually read a book. So that's what I've been doing to kind of balance things out a little bit, because I used to love reading. And I just finished a book that was by Scott Galloway. I found him through YouTube. He was on a TEDx. He's a professor, I think at Stanford. No. Stern, New York, I think, New York University. And it's called The Algebra of Happiness. And I just finished it. It's an easy read. But it talks about how certain decisions in your life are going to impact you quite a bit. So, for example, and he mentioned this in his YouTube stream, he talked about the person you choose as a partner, whether you're married or not, will be 80 to 90% responsible for your happiness or your misery, depending on who that is. That's a pretty scary statistic if you think about it. Okay, so these are pretty cool. These little end clips. The end clip, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. The end clip with a rod, because this is going to be the base of that carousel or Ferris wheel is what I'm trying to say. There we go. But I've seen, in my own relationships and in other people's relationships that, yeah, who you pick as a partner is huge. It's huge. You spend a lot of time thinking about what kind of car you're going to buy or what kind of house you're going to be in. He says you should be spending more time thinking about that, instead of jumping into relationships. You should really think, is this the person you want to spend a good 10 to 15 years of your life minimum? Would you want to do that? And yeah, so that's given me pause. It's made me think. All right, let's see. What are we doing here? Oh, okay. They want us to now attach this to this. So remember when I said this thing is hovering? So I think they're telling us to put it down like this. So I'm going to put it down and let's see if you can see it on the screen. All right. And oh, look at that. It's perfect. It fits perfectly there. Oh, that's super dope. That is so dope. Okay. I don't know who the designer is. I should look it up. Or if somebody wants to do that for me. I am really, really excited about this. As you know, I've already done 3 of them, and each one I've really enjoyed. It's just been so enjoyable. Now, this Ferris wheel is going to be interesting. And this case, I may not put on the stickers, only because this may be one of the few that I might repurpose later. Because if you think about it, the skyline of London could be interpreted in multiple ways. And if I chose not to use the Ferris wheel and you chose Parliament, for example, you could fit Parliament probably right there. So take the Ferris wheel out, put Parliament in there, and redo your postcard. So I may do it that way. So I'm going to, this is my build, so I can do whatever I want. That's another reason why modifications or mods instead of mocks are also fun to do. And yeah, look at that. This is cool. This is another piece, which is really a wonderful piece. It's the 1x2 rounded plate. And why can't I find the last one? Did it only come with 3? Oh, it only came with 3. Okay, so let me show you. This piece is one of my favorite pieces. This 1x2 rounded plate. And the person who introduced me to this piece was Brickworm. She uses this a lot, but it's a very useful piece. So they're using this to kind of stitch this together. And I think this may be connecting down here, which is why they only have 3. All right. Well, technically I was only supposed to attach 2 of these. So let's see. I guess I'm stepping ahead of myself. All right. Let me double check. Yep, 1 and 2. Okay. All right. So let me. All right. They just wanted 2. I was jumping ahead. All right. So now they want a 1x1 up bracket. That's these guys with a trans blue dot. 3 of these designers. Oh, thank you for looking that up. Leonard Barrow and unsurprisingly Mel Caddick. Yes, I love Mel Caddick. She is freaking amazing. I know that right now the Women's Brick Initiative was asking for designers, women designers who've done Technic. And I don't know very many. I gave a suggestion. There's this woman, I think her name's Jessica Farrell. I put it into, she's from Ireland, and she did the Fortress of Solitude, which was freaking amazing. And she said it took, I want to say 13,000 pieces, I think, to do. So I'm looking her up now because she does some amazing work. And I remember I put the link also to her work in the Women's Brick Initiative. So not everybody belongs to that. So let me see if I can find that real quick. But you should definitely check her out. Yeah, there it is. Let's see, where's the link? There's the link. And, no, I didn't want you to play. No playing right now. Yeah, you could hear that brick sound in the background. Okay, let me grab the, okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to put this in the chat because she is super cool. And if you haven't watched it, This was the Fortress of Solitude, and the Beyond the Brick guys had interviewed her. And yeah, Jessica Farrell, Farrell. Anyway, so check that out. Jessica Farrell. This Superman's Fortress of Solitude, where she used some Technic, some system bricks, but just did an amazing job. I hope Mel does a redux of the Year of the Sheep, the Year of the Snake. I've got Rooster, Monkey, Dog, Pig, and Tiger. Oh, well, she's going to be doing Year of the Rabbit, right? I didn't know it went back that far. I only have the rat and the ox. So I need to catch up, it sounds like. Okay, so we have these 3 of these. And it sounds like, let's see. Yes. All right, I really skipped a couple steps. Here, let me step back a moment, shall we? All right, I'm supposed to put a stud in here in the middle. And let's put a stud in the middle. Another stud, white stud. Why don't have any white studs? Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, I see. They're clear. Trans clear. Okay. It's always hard to tell when you're looking at these things if they're clear or if they're white. You've got rat and ox too? Yeah. All right. And it looks like they want, let me just double check. Are we using trans or are we using white? Looks like we're using trans, 7 trans. Okay. Yeah, when you look at the instructions, sometimes it isn't clear. So let's just go with trans here. So you can see it looks like we're building up on this rotation. And yeah. I know I may have done this in reverse. Wait a minute, what have I done? Okay, let's start from the beginning, shall we? Okay, so it says, here, let me start from the beginning. This was the first step. And step 2 was to put this here. And then they added a trans stud, and then trans stud. Okay. All right. I think, all right, we're back on track. Okay, then we add these. And they want this facing the water. So I'm guessing like that. Okay. All right, there we go. It's a little off, but that's what the instructions say. All right. So now we have these. And then they said to add this. And it looks like, all right, we're going to be doing this again. And the trans stud, now that I know it's a trans stud that they're looking for. Here we go. And this will come here. I see. So we do 2 of those. All right. Now it's starting to become clear. Make sure that I get this right. Okay, there we go. All right. So we have 3 that have these little water studs on them, and then the others are freeform, it looks like. But we still have the trans studs in place. And I think I also have to add, I have to add one here. Before I move on, there we go. Yeah, okay. All right. And, okay, now they said make 4 of these. All right. This is where sometimes talking and building can be challenging because you're like, what do they want again? All right. I do like these sets too, because, you know, you can do this in a reasonable amount of time. If I wasn't talking and building at the same time, I'm sure I could do this faster. But, you know, we've been building now for what, an hour and 15 minutes roughly. And okay, so let's see. Okay, here. Let's see. Got 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And 4. Whoops, did I not do one more? There it is. All right, so now we have all of these going around with these little blue studs. Okay, so once again, I am going to not put these stickers on because I have a feeling I might need to use these for another mock, and I may replace this with Parliament to make it more like with Big Ben. But that's me. If you want to put the stickers on, yeah, knock yourself out. Because it is a nice detail, but I think I'm going to go ahead and try this without it. All right. So now the question is, does this connect here? How does this connect? Let's see. Yeah, this is open down here on the bottom. And, I see. I think we put that at the bottom, and then this, what I'm doing is I'm aligning these to these studs. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. And this, we can curve a little. Okay, there we go. And I guess this just kind of curves in like that. Okay. It doesn't look bad just being all white, I think. I think we're still okay with that. Interesting, though, how those 1x2s link that together. Okay. So, like I said, from a distance, you don't really need that. Because I'm planning to mock this. Or this might be one of those mock makeovers. Because I don't know, would that be a mod? It would be a mod makeover, actually, instead of a mock makeover. Okay, moving right along. Looks like we're going to make a little mini double-decker bus. Oh, this looks like fun. This looks like a lot of fun. Okay. So this is a 1x2 trans, and then we have these double pieces. The 1x1 with the double stud on either side. And that's going to give us like a little, we put some black dots on there for like wheels. Oh, very cute. Okay. I like little mini builds. They're fun. Okay, so that's the beginning. That's the bottom of the double decker. And okay, looks like they want trans and they want it overhanging. Okay, and a 1x1. I guess one of these is supposed to be the front of the bus, maybe. All right, 1x3. All right, very, very cute little build. I like its bright red too. That'll stand out. And all right, what's last here? We have a 1x1 with one of these rounds. A nano bus. Yes, definitely the nano bus. And I guess this goes here. Yes. Okay. That is hilarious. That is funny. Okay. I love this little bus. I might have to grab one of these for one of my Micropolis builds. That's super cute. All right. And then it has this bottom so you can attach it. Where do they want this? Okay, they want it over here. Like this. Okay. That's super cute. Like I said, I kind of like it without the sticker. So that's another thing. If you don't want to put the sticker on, don't feel obligated to put the sticker on. It's okay. It's okay. I think a lot of people sometimes obsess about instructions. It's like I like to consider them recommendations, not mandatory. So we're putting like these little bushes here. Where's the other bush going to go? The other one is going over here on the left. Okay, very cute. If you go to London Bridge Bricks, London Bridge Bricks. I was on his show a couple weeks ago. He actually has a link to this where he did this like several months ago because, like I said, they got it before we did. All right, let's see. A trans. I guess this is supposed to be one of the light posts. That's a cute little light post. Look at that. So that's really easy. It's a spyglass, a black stud, a trans stud, and a black stud. So yeah, that's like a classic lamp post. That I will definitely use in a future mock sometime. Yeah, okay. I think I only have to make one of those. Yeah, just have to make one. Okay, so now this next one is going to use stickers, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'm going to have to ask one of my British friends what this is referencing. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Yeah. So we're building, it looks like maybe it's a shopping center. That's what it might be. Looks like I have to do two different small builds. So I have this first build, and then they want us to do another. There it is. I was looking for, where is that? This is like a corner plate. I'm doing some rounded edges here, or slightly rounded edges. And, aha. Okay. That's a nice little angle. Well, since you looked it up, Vicarious Brickstress, you can tell me if I think maybe it's Piccadilly Square that they're trying to depict in that. Hard to say. All right, so it looks like they want... Now this is interesting. If you look at this headlight brick, I think they call it, there's another name for it. I want to say Erlenmeyer, but that's an Erlenmeyer flask. But what's cool about this is you have a square hole on one side. So they're actually pointing these towards the outside, even though the snot piece is here. So it's another way to use this piece. This is a great piece for Micropolis cities. I know that P.T. McEwen and some other people who are big in the Micropolis world like to use these. Okay. All right, I'm going to put this on the ground just so I have better leverage. So this is what we're building, this little side. I think it's supposed to be shops, I'm guessing. I probably should look it up. Okay, this is an interesting build. They're taking a 1x2 down bracket and putting on it a 1x2 cheese wedge sideways, like that. And then this is going here. Okay. All right. And finishing it off with a corner, one of these angled corners. Cute. Yeah, it is cute. Like I said, those headlight bricks, they're very useful for showing, like I said, like little windows or little doors. Okay, now they're using this orange. So like I said, I'm not sure what the reference is. I want to say it's maybe a famous shopping area in London. I should ask London Bridge Bricks, or like I said, some of my other friends who are AFOLs in Britain. Okay, we're doing the same thing, that 1x2 down bracket with the 1x2 cheese wedge. There we go. And I'm pretty sure we're going to finish it off again with this piece. And indeed we are. Okay. And a 1x2. So 1x2 cheese wedge here. Oops. And a regular cheese wedge on the edge. And then a dot, quarter round dot in the middle to finish the top. Now we have snot bricks here, so you imagine they're probably putting on, because we have stickers once again, but hold up, they're not having us put stickers yet. Another sub build. Let's do this sub build. All right. And it's almost like, what is this attaching to? What is this? What is this? It's a flag of some sort. We're getting close to the end, so. All right. I am not sure what this is, but we got this sticker that we're putting down. Piccadilly Circus. Ah, Piccadilly Circus. That's what it is. Okay. So they want us to put this on here. Where's my axle? There's my axle. Okay. So I was right. It's a shopping area. Piccadilly Circus. Brickset Review says stickers from Piccadilly Circus with references to the Sound of Music and Fish and Chips. Oh, okay. Fish and Chips, I understand. Sound of Music, wasn't that in Austria? Or I guess Julie Andrews, she's British. Who, by the way, amazing voice of all time. And I didn't realize this until I saw a review that she was on the Carol Burnett show a couple times. And I was like going, they're apparently very good friends. And I think early in her career, she had appeared on the show. So I thought that was interesting. This was a little too long, so I needed to bring it down just a hair. So hopefully that is better. Okay. That looks pretty good. That's Piccadilly Circus. Fish and Chips. Okay, so you see we have a little corner round or 2x2 round. And okay, what am I missing here? Looks like another one of these. And okay, wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that I would have never guessed. That is just kind of weird. But, oh, I see. They're putting in another rounded. Ah, see, this is what happens when you don't have like a 2x3 rounded. You have to put a 2x2 and then a 1x2 together. That looks pretty cool. Okay, ooh, but now we're putting stickers on. Okay. Now this is interesting. They have this minifig head, and they have, it looks like this. I don't know if that's supposed to be Sound of Music or, and here, this is Fish and Chips. That I get. Okay, minifigure head. Okay, I guess we're gonna go for this, or should we leave it because these we might be able to reuse. In fact, I think I might reuse these, so I'm gonna leave those empty. Piccadilly Circus, I don't mind. That's on a 2x3, and I don't think I'll use a 2x3. So we're gonna keep that in place. Okay, so let's take a look. Another one of these. Yeah, like I said, don't feel obligated to put stickers on. Sometimes they look good. Sometimes you can use them in the future for something else. Some people are very much sticklers though by the book, and yeah. So, yep. Yeah. Why would you have that? Oh, the sound of bricks. Instead of the sound of music, it's the sound of bricks. Okay, that's funny. That's super funny. But I don't think I need that. In fact, I think it's going to look cleaner the way I'm doing it. So check this out. This puts it here. And then this, I think, goes here. Yeah. Doesn't that look cleaner? And then all that clutter of all those stickers. I think I like mine better. I do like mine better. Though the sound of bricks is hilarious. That is funny. Okay, so this looks like it fits right in this area here. Wait a minute. A little too close. There we go. Yeah, I think I like mine better. The minimalist version of the Piccadilly Square. I don't think I need all those stickers. So you already can tell I'm likely going to mock this so it's got Parliament, because as much as I like Piccadilly Circus, and I guess the Ferris wheel, I'm going to keep the bus, but I will likely be putting in Parliament here, or maybe even Westminster Abbey. Yeah, Westminster Abbey, I think, would be more iconic. So I have a feeling London is going to be modified. It'll be the Brickanista version of London without these stickers, and I can repurpose this and portions of this, and then put in probably Westminster Abbey, and then finish this off with like a little bit of Parliament. Yeah. Just looking at it, at least for me, that's what I think I would like to see. I have very fond memories of Westminster Abbey. So for me, that would be something I would enjoy. Okay, and the last thing is the London placard. So let's see if we can do this on the first try. Maybe. And, okay. London. I love these postcards. They're so much fun. Okay, am I going to be right at the edge? Or, oh, look at that. Nice. That's a London sticker, well placed. Brickset Review says stickers for Piccadilly Circuit. Oh, okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Okay, so once again, this will maybe be on a future stream where I'm going to modify this. I'm going to extend this, which shouldn't be too hard to do because you can extend it out to here using the same pattern. Extend that out. And then in place of the Ferris wheel, maybe put in Westminster Abbey. I'll have to look at some reference photos. But anyway, still a fun little set. It's up to you if you want to use all these stickers. As far as extra pieces, quite a few extra pieces actually, but I'm starting to wonder if I missed a few steps. No, I think we're okay, because it looks like maybe should there be a bush right here? Let me check. I'm going to check the master. Yeah, there should be a bush right here. So, because I'm looking at the extra pieces, and I think everything else is a individual piece. I don't think we see any duplicates. Yeah, I think we're okay. Quite a few extra pieces, though, I will say. Here, let's put them in the main screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And they're all different, unique pieces. So there you go. You're big on stickers? Now that I know about the window cleaner and the sticker sheet removal. Oh, good. It looks sleeker without the stickers. I agree. Doesn't this look better? I think it looks better. It doesn't look as cluttered. Well played. Yes. Well, and that's the thing is it goes back to personalizing. I think that's the word I'm going to use for 2023, is that you paid the money for this set. And what a bargain. $14.99 for this. And if you don't like the stickers, you don't have to put the stickers on. And if you think you're going to reuse some of these stickers or some of these pieces for something else, I can tell you right now, the Ferris wheel's gone. And Piccadilly Circus is probably going to be gone for me, because of what I think about when I think of my memories of London. What I may do too is try to make a small black cabbie to go along with the London bus, is maybe put a little cabbie here or over here. There's a little stud here. I could put the cabbie like right in front of the Big Ben. So I think it goes back to, if you're going to resell it and you're going to repackage it and you want to put it back into its box, then yeah, of course you want to keep all the pieces there. But for me, it goes back to what is a postcard supposed to represent in general, is that you're supposed to look at a postcard, or you receive a gift of a postcard, and it reminds you of your travels there. And it's been a long time since I've been to London. But the other iconic part of London is the Tower Bridge. That could be over here. That's another option. Let's put the Tower Bridge here. And the Tower of London. Wouldn't it be cool to make the Tower of London and put like little tiny crows on there? I mean, there's just so many iconic features of London that they did a good job. I love Mel Caddick's work. I love what they've done here. So I don't want people to think that this is bad. But for me, I think I liked New York, because New York, I could go as is. Paris, I might modify as well. But they did a good job with the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe. But this one, and also the other thing is Australia is out, and they don't even have the Sydney Opera House. So once again, if I get the Australia one, which I might do just to complete the set, I will probably modify that one as well. But anyway, really fun little set, and a lot of fun to do on a stream. And I'm really, really glad that you had a chance to hang out with me while I was doing this. Okay, my friends. So now, what's happening this week? This Sunday, or tomorrow, let's see, what's today? Thursday. So Sunday, my new schedule is essentially Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And Tuesdays, I've been working on these builder insight shows, where we invite a builder and we talk about some techniques. So we just did 2 of them. One of them was with Zach Steinman. Another one was Tacos Blendino. Next week, fingers crossed, if it's not Tuesday, it might be Monday, because I've got Emily and Dave from Lego Masters Season 3 who may be able to come on the show. So we've been talking about Tuesday because that's my new time, but it may end up being Monday. So just stay tuned for that. So today's Thursday. This Sunday, Originally, I was still planning to stream at 1 o'clock. That's TBD right now because of the holiday weekend. I may end up going out of town for a quick trip. Still kind of on the fence, but we will definitely do a 9 o'clock Twitch stream. I'm trying to get back, or I'm sorry, 6 o'clock Twitch stream. I'm trying to do my streams earlier, and that works out better for me and some of my viewers as well. And I really appreciate that people have been hanging out and supporting me in this little sliver of time that I have to work on Lego. And please share your rebrick and mod/mock. Okay, I will. That may not be for a little bit, but I may do that. In fact, if I do the mock makeover, this might be a good one to do the mock makeover on. The only problem is I know I have these grill pieces. I just don't know if I have enough of this, those tan spyglasses. I have a lot of them in sand green, but I don't have a lot in that. So I may have to wait on that, but I will definitely repost. But this will definitely be modified. We will do that. Oh, and let me show you some other mods I've done. In fact, let me put my down camera back on before I close. Is some of you know I've been reworking the Spice Girls into Wednesday, the characters from the Wednesday show. So I've done 4 of them now. I've been having so much fun with these. So I'm going to show you the 4 I have at the moment. I still have to modify the hair on some of these, but I think we're pretty close. So I've modified Wednesday a little bit more so that her hair isn't so much as pigtails, but or ponytails, but come down a little closer to her head, more like pigtails. So that's the Wednesday character. This used to be Posh Spice. So Posh Spice is now Wednesday. Baby Spice is now Enid. And one piece I'm missing, you can see I've got pink, a 2x2 pink here, but I don't have a 2x2 pink on this side. So I need to get that part. But she's got a combination of pink hair and blonde hair on the back with her pink outfit. So that is Enid. This is what I wanted to show you, is that I found the fencing piece. So this is that fencing connection. And that is on Bianca. So this is her fencing outfit. Now I do have to modify the hair because this is Scary Spice. And Scary Spice had that cool leopard print, but instead I made it all white in her fencing outfit. So I need to make the hair closer to her head, but at least for now, we've got the outfit. And this one I'm actually excited about, but I need to do some more modifications. This is Ajax. So for those of you who watched the series, there is a scene where he's wearing all white for the white ball, but he's got like a tan jacket. And what I tried to do here is he's wearing a white hat to cover his snakes, but I have one snake poking out of the front. I do need to round this out a little bit more so you can see it's a little blocky here, but it's close. It's close. I think once I round this out, it will look a lot better. But I'm really, really excited about this. So you see we have Enid and Ajax. And then for Wednesday, the last one I have to do, the 5th Spice Girl that I haven't done yet, is Ginger Spice. And Ginger Spice's hair is very similar to Xavier. So I'm going to make Wednesday with Xavier. And then, of course, Bianca. I've got to make her hair closer to her head. But anyway, I've been having a lot of fun. So this is going back to modifications. That's the Spice Girls. You could build it as the Spice Girls, but when I saw Posh and I saw she was mostly in black, I said, oh my God, that could be Wednesday. And it looks great as Wednesday. Oh, good morning, Hooded One. How are you? I was just getting ready to close out the stream. We just finished the London Postcard and I modified it a little bit with fewer stickers to make it a little cleaner. And I was talking about, I'm going to modify this again, maybe putting the Tower Bridge instead. Also, maybe extending this out so it's more like Parliament. But I need to see my inventory to do that. But welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. And yeah, I've been working on these different, and let me see if I put them this way, maybe this would be better. So we have the Spice Girls reinvented as characters from the Wednesday series. So we have Wednesday, Enid, Ajax, and Bianca. And then I'm going to be working on Xavier, converting Ginger Spice to Xavier. So yeah, that's the plan. So I don't know when I'm going to be, maybe on Sunday. Sunday depends on where I'm at, because if I'm traveling Sunday, I may bring the Ginger Spice character with me and some extra parts to try to convert it over to Xavier. I have to look at Xavier's wardrobe, but I think I can do that on the road. If not, I'll just build a Ginger Spice and then modify it some other time. So if I'm not streaming Sunday, it might be because I'm traveling, and then I will stream those Sunday at Twitch at 6 o'clock, a little earlier. I know, Hooded One, that doesn't work as well for you, but Thursdays, so Tuesday and Thursday. In fact, hold up, I might have, I think I have my schedule loaded. Oh, I do. Okay, check this out. So this is my new schedule. So starting January, today's Thrifty Thursday, started at 8 o'clock on Thursday. Instagram, I'm right now hosting Mind the Baby and Mind the Brick all the month of January. So Sunday, this is where I was mentioning special programs. So I'm going to try to do mock makeover if I'm here and I'm not traveling, 1 o'clock Pacific. And then Twitch, I'm going to be at 6 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. And that would be live set and mock build. So I'm probably going to work on that Ginger Spice character this Sunday, especially if I'm traveling. And then Tuesday, I'm back to Builder Insights. And that's where I was mentioning that I have Dave and Emily possibly joining me Tuesday, or I might have to shift that to Monday. I will let you know. But that's the plan anyway for the next couple of days. Really appreciate your flexibility. I know that my schedule is flexing a little bit for 2023, but I've also realized too, I've cut back on some of my extracurricular activities with some other events that I've attended. So I'm really want to focus on 2023, doing a better job with building. I'm going to be focusing on April. So I will be doing more mocks in the coming months because I really want to go to Brick Can with some really cool new things. So anyway, I appreciate everybody. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you, Hooded One. I'm sleeping when you're streaming. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I know you wake up around when I was streaming at 9 o'clock. But if I'm, on Thursdays, you caught me now. So you you can catch the tail end of my Thursday streams. And Sundays, I think you might have some time on Sundays when I'm streaming at 1 o'clock. But you like the brickheads? Oh, thank you. Yeah, those brickheads are, I don't know if you've been watching the Wednesday series, but I am just so hooked on that. I love the Wednesday series. Maybe because I relate to Wednesday so much. It's kind of like she's got this dry sense of humor, and she really doesn't care what other people think about her, and she kind of follows her own path, which I really admire about that character. But yeah, so Vicarious Brickstress, Hooded One, Lena, GLS, and anybody who's been hanging out in the stream, Brick Jedi, all of you, thank you so much for all your support, and anybody watching later as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. I need to keep saying that at the beginning. I'm going to have to write a script and say, don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream, because you're listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network here on YouTube. And you can also send fan mail to the Brickanista Broadcast Network, P.O. Box 31956, Seattle, Washington, 98103. So great hanging out with you. And so yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to try to make sure I post my schedule both on the Discord server and on the community tab, which is also something I'm going to try to do more of, is use that community tab here on YouTube. let you know what I'm up to. But thanks again. Thrifty Thursday is still going to go strong. I think this is now our 93rd set. I'm going to go back and check. But maybe we'll have another celebration for the 100th episode. I'll let you know. But thanks again, everybody. You are awesome. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And mahalo. Yes, mahalo for a lovely time. Brickanista, happy Hawaiian hugs. Yes, you're so awesome. I just love how positive and optimistic you are. And it's been rubbing off on me. And you've rewatched Wednesday twice. Yes, I know. I think too, because, and you probably know about this, Hooded One, is Apocalyptica. I'm pronouncing it now correctly, but Apocalyptica out of Finland, this cello band that does covers of hard rock music. So they've done a lot of Metallica music, and they feature Nothing Else Matters in the Wednesday show. And I used to listen to them all the time. And now that, this show has gone on, I was like, oh, I forgot how much I love them. So I'm listening to them again. It's always great. But yeah, I just love the show. And I now have my little Wednesday characters that I've been rebuilding. I need to do some modifications, but Xavier is next. I think the ginger hair is actually very similar to Xavier. And I think I just have to figure out his wardrobe for that. But thank you, everybody. It's been great hanging out with you. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, take care and may the clutch be with you. Good night, everyone. Bye.